Hello, my name is Sanish Abrams. Today I will be speaking to you about a problem that exists all over the world, as well as in our very own backyard. It is something we see but tend to ignore because it may not directly affect our everyday lives. I would like to talk to you about helping the homeless. We often see homeless people on the streets asking for money or a meal to eat or just simply lying in the cold, dark streets of our city. Some of us may think, well, it's not me, so it's none of my concern. I see homeless persons and I wonder, how did they get to this point? We all know people are born between two parents, and we've had parents who nurtured us and raised us to be upstanding members of normal society. However, where are their families? What happened to them? Those are all great questions, but we need to know, how can I help? We will talk about homelessness in America, homelessness within our city, and what we can do about it. At the end of this speech, my hope is that we can all come together and figure out how to play our part. I know that I am blessed in my life, and I would like to bless someone else's. How about you? According to National Alliance to End Homelessness, there were 564,708 people either sleeping on the street, in transitional housing, or in an emergency shelter on one given night in 2015. Living in unsheltered housing consists of sleeping in abandoned buildings, cars, or on the street. We all know there are many nights in Philadelphia alone where the temperature drops below freezing level. Imagine how these people are managing to stay warm, let alone alive, without basic necessities of shelter and food. There are 24.8 homeless veterans out of 10,000 veterans in the general population. This is what is stated by the National Alliance to End Homelessness. Although the number continues to decline, the thought of these people who fought for our country, yet they don't have a decent, suitable place to call home. An article called Child Homelessness in U.S. reaches historic high report says that it advised that in 2013, 1 out of 30 children, which comes out to be nearly 2.5 million children in the U.S., are homeless. They're either homeless, they're living on the streets, they're moving from one temporary home to another. Could you imagine if your children didn't have a home or a warm meal to come home to? I've always prided myself on taking the best care of my children and provide all that I could for them. Some parents don't have that luxury. Single mothers with 2 children consist of the majority of these families. The experience of homelessness for a child can have long-term effects. They tend to fall behind in school due to constant changing of schools, which leads to dropping out. It interferes the learning, the cognitive skills, and social relationships. The National Center on Family Homelessness at American Institutes for Research lists Alabama as the worst state with having the highest number of homeless children. Here in our city, there's a park called Love Park. It was once a communal place of a lot of homeless residents of Philadelphia. Since the construction to revamp the park, those homeless persons have been displaced. They now have relocated to what the city calls hotspots. The convention center, the concourse below it, Rittenhouse Square Park, East Market Street, and South Broad Street, according to this article, why you're seeing more homelessness in Center City and how Philly is responding. There aren't enough services to meet the needs of the homeless adults and youth. At times, people are turned away from shelters because their capacity is full, approximately 500 beds short. There could be anywhere between 700 to 1,500 people without homes in and outside of the city. The count is higher in the summer. There are a number of causes of homelessness. Some experience serious mental illness, creating difficulties in maintaining stable, affordable, and appropriate housing. Some women are in abusive relationships and are forced to leave with their children. Some simply cannot afford the cost of housing. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment is $768 a month. There are many organizations that you can donate to. So I'm going to tell you how we can help. But I would like to first start in our city. Project Home is an organization based in Philadelphia that aids adults, children, and families in breaking the cycle of poverty and homelessness. We can start by volunteering. You can volunteer with Project Home by hosting a donation drive. A donation drive consists of organizing a campaign to raise funds for a charitable cause. You can prepare and serve meals at one of the resident sites. And you can also donate money. You can make donations of clothing, new items that people would need. Non-perishable food items is also donations that we can help to aid our homeless people in our city. In conclusion, we've heard how homelessness is affecting America and our city. Homelessness is not just an issue for adults. Children are involved as well, whether it be trying to survive alone on the streets or being displaced with a parent. We have to do something. So today, I hope I can take what you've learned and take action. How much will you be donating today?